Hey everyone, and welcome to my video. Today we are going to be discussing the S24 Ultra, and this can go for, I assume, any Samsung phone with the display options to change from HD to FHD to QHD. For the longest time, I've been wondering, does it really take more power on your phone to have a higher resolution screen? And naturally, you would think that the HD Plus would use less battery because, it's not processing as much. It's just running the simple screen resolution that it can. You would think that FHD would be the nice middle ground, so not using too much less power, not using a lot of power. And in QHD, obviously, you're getting the highest quality screen you can, so it would use a lot of battery, naturally. What if I told you that that is not the answer at all? I did a test recently on my phone using CPU-X. If you don't know what CPU-X is, it's a really great app. Let's see if the phone will figure it out. Yes, there it goes. You can see your CPU, your GPU, your battery. You can see a lot of cool things, do a lot of cool tests just to make sure your phone is running. I thought to myself, well, I can actually do this test by looking at the milliamps that go through the phone. And for this, I did it over a 3-minute period for the different screen resolutions for HD+, for FHD, and for QHD, all 3 minutes. And I did this test 2 times, just 2 trials. So before we go into the results, let's talk about how I did this test. I set the screen resolution to the screen resolution I was testing. For instance, on this, I was going from HD and switching to FHD+. Then I go to my timer, start the 3-minute timer, and then go on down to check the actual voltage over the time of 3 minutes. All right, now since you guys know the scientific reasoning why and how I did it, let's go ahead and talk about the numbers. The big thing I forgot to mention about these tests, that I turned Bluetooth off, I turned off the connection, I put it on airplane mode, and I turned off Wi-Fi. So this was just the phone and whatever internal applications that I had running at the time. I had the brightness kind of in the middle, and I had adaptive color change on. So not adaptive eye comfort, but the sensor on the phone being able to change the color to be more natural on your phone. I think that if you're going to have a high quality screen, you might as well have high quality color with it. So I left those 2 on. So in the first trial, and this is for HD, I got an average of 193 milliamps, which, that's, personally, I think that's pretty high for me using my phone, but let's continue to go. For the FHD, I got 204 milliamps. So not too much of a difference between the two. They're almost at a standard. You can understand that the FHD would use a little bit more battery than the HD+. Makes sense. But here's where things kind of threw me off. The QHD used 171 average milliamp hours. So that means the highest resolution you can get on your phone actually used less amount of battery, which kind of blew my mind. So then I had to take a second test. On the second test, for 3 minutes on FHD, we had 231 milliamps, which is a lot higher than the first one, about 38 milliamp difference. Not too much. I mean, I think that's pretty big. And then for the FHD, we had 192 milliamps average in a 3-minute cycle, which is not too bad from the first one, which is about a 12 milliamp difference. So as we go down, it's actually, the differences are getting smaller. And for QHD, for the second trial, I got 164 milliamps average in 3 minutes, which is a 7 milliamp difference compared to the first trial. So the trials, they're pretty almost the same, but it's very, very shocking that the lowest setting on your phone uses the most energy. So if you guys like this video, thank you so much, but it's something I've been curious on. I know it's a very simple test. This is a down and dirty run of the test, but in order to do 2 trials with nothing on, this was pretty eye-opening. So once again, thank you for coming to this video. Please comment at the bottom. Tell me how your battery life has been whenever you change through these. But I think that from now on, I'm going to be using QHD Plus just from these two trials, because if it is making my phone last longer and I'm getting better quality, it's obviously a no-brainer on what I'm going to do. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys whenever I make a next video.